It's now the first week of June. There's a whole series of things been happening both around the Parliament and in the constituency. We launched our Keswick Bridge campaign to try and improve the situation of really bad congestion at the south end of the Keswick Bridge. We've had a fantastic response to that. You know, hundreds of postcards back to us and also people signing an I-petition. And I was raising a question in Parliament about that as well from the Transport Minister, and his reply was, on the one hand, informative about what the current position is, but also slightly worrying because he implied that there may not be a need for an engineering solution to that particular problem, which also might just imply putting traffic lights in that roundabout, and that really wouldn't be a long-term solution. So we need to keep an eye on that and keep the campaign going to make it clear that we need an improvement on the Keswick Bridge. What else has been happening? A big submission gone to Ofcom about the condition of broadband provision in the Western Isles in particular, but the West Highlands also, and indeed much more of the Highlands and Islands generally. Basically saying that as technology improves in the rest of Scotland, we've got to make sure that technology improves in the Highlands and Islands, and we don't find ourselves in 5 or 6 years' time having to catch up yet again with much better provision in the rest of the country. And I've had meetings with High, and I've had meetings with Ofcom themselves, with the other providers, British Telecom and so on, to talk about that and to keep that issue moving forward and find some solutions to that particular problem. What else? A submission going to the Royal Mail about the rather ridiculous situations in Lochaline, which is southwest of Fort William, about their postcode. Sounds like a very trivial issue, but they are being given the postcode which actually says they're Oban, but yet they're 2 ferry journeys away from Oban or hundreds of miles by road away from Oban. And that's got all sorts of practical implications for them. So we've been helping the local community make their case to the Royal Mail, and something will be going off to the Royal Mail soon about all of that. So there's a small roundup of what's been happening in the course of the last few days. As usual, loads of activity here, loads of questions being asked in Parliament, trying to keep the government held to account on a whole range of fronts, and I'll keep you up to speed with things as we move along.